Hey y'all, it's me. It's going on 3 o'clock, was a little bit after 3, and already I'm just so drained. I had to check the P.O. box, run over to that property, and it looks like Symphony is deciding that she wants to wake up because she's hungry. So, I can either try to drive down the road or I can feed her now. Which looks like I'm going to have to feed her now because she's not going to have it. So let me just prop this up. Ooh. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put this right here where y'all can see me. So I'm going to just go ahead and prop that up. Got my nursing cover. Lock the doors, make sure nobody. And let me get her out. Oh, my boobs. Oh, peeking time. I also need to change her too. Oh, I need to change her. Jesus. I'm sorry, Pinkin' Time. Mommy, we've been running so much that I haven't. This is what I have to do now that I am single parent. And I'm going to tell you something. Shout out to you mamas that have been doing it. Okay, hold on, baby. Shout out to you mamas that have been doing it on your own. Because I'm going to tell you something. It is not at all. Hold on. I'm getting you some milk. It is not at all. It could be hard. Excuse me, y'all. It can be really, really, really hard. Come on now. Get some of this milk. Come on, Symphony. My boobs are like engorged. She slept real good, and that's another thing too. She loves her car ride, so she slept really good in there. And I just feel like I went through a war zone. I remember the first time, not even the first time, but when my husband had changed the bank account and I had to go up to the bank to try to fix it. She was crying so bad that I had to get in the back seat and lock the doors, and I had to go ahead and nurse her. And I was so frustrated, and I was just so upset, like I cannot believe you did that. And I'm going to tell you something too, what I'm finding out, and this is also I'm finding out that when your breasts are engorged with a lot of milk, when she gets off of it, they spray. So I have to realize that I got to kind of get that excess milk, all that milk out, so she won't be, because at first I was like, oh, you greedy, but the whole time she's just like, this is like a waterfall, and she's trying to control how much of that milk comes out or whatever. So I definitely do feel like I'm going to need to start pumping and everything like that. But this is pretty much my routine. When I'm out and about, I have to pull over to the side. Right now, I'm outside of the bank, and I just went ahead and one of the tenants deposited their stuff or whatever, in which I need to kind of do things in a different way. I'm hoping that I can make it to the library, because I have to get on the computer because my husband has taken the laptop. So right now he left me with an iPad and an iPhone, and I can't hook the iPad up to the printer. So I'm still looking for, in the daytime, I'm still, the day isn't over, but so far I can't really complain. God is good. You know, his mercy endures forever. I told you guys that I found out because, you know, I've been trying to send a little bit of money here and off to some of the bills. We were trying to at least stretch it. And I found out that the water bill is good to go. So I was really kind of happy about that. So, yeah, I still think about my husband and what he's doing. And I'm still praying that God gives him a sound mind. And I'm still seeking God. And, I don't know if I said it in the last video, but I have to thank Kayla Ball. She's in the 40 Weeks to Go group. Congratulations to you, because after your successful IVF, you are pregnant. But you had told me, if some of you ladies are looking at this vlog, she posted it in one of the comment sections of saying to read Psalms 35 and bring out those names. And you know, I was like, what? I mean, that scripture really spoke to me, because I was like, oh yeah. And I brought it before the Lord, and I just know that he is activated. It's already activated. He's already working it. I still don't see it. I mean, I could feel it, but I don't see it. But I have faith to know that God is doing something bigger and better in my life, and he's doing something bigger and better in your life. I still sometimes feel like, you know, in the flesh, I'm like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Lord, what's the bigger purpose of it? And I'm in this tunnel, and I'm waiting. I can see the light, but I'm waiting to see what's on the other side of it, and how this is going to play, and how it's going to come into motion. Come on, girl. She over here relaxing. So, yeah, I just still feeling a way like, you know, I'm asking God to really show me to be a bigger person about it and forgive, especially my father-in-law. But y'all, I'm so upset out of everybody. I'm really upset with him, because he knew that, and he knows that my husband's dealing with an illness, and he knows that family together is better than us being divided. And a lot of you ladies left a message like, it got to be something motivated. Why would you do this? You know, I don't want to pull the race card, because a lot of people want to pull the race card. But when I went over there to see them, you know, I saw a side of them I never saw before. And I guess they saw a side of me they never saw before either, because at this particular time, I don't care about what everybody else is doing. The only person I care about is my husband. And I told them, like, I knew y'all felt a certain way when we got married and everything, but dad, for y'all to take my husband away and to make matters worse, you know, to add the salt to the wound. And he was like, salt to the wound? I was like, yeah, salt on a cut, you know, like it burns even more. Y'all send me a note. Y'all send us a notice to vacate. And my husband is with y'all. So it was basically like, he's over here. Let's tell Mona to get out. We don't know how you going to do it. We don't care how you going to do it. But we have the authority to do this. And I was just like, I knew you didn't like me from the get-go. And it was obvious the reason why they didn't like me is because I'm black. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it. It kind of hurt my feelings when my husband told me this. And, you know, for the longest time, I felt like I had to prove myself. Like, why should I have to prove myself because of my blackness? I love my blackness. You know what I'm saying? I do. But it was always, oh, hi, you know, and always best foot forward, or I had to look this way and that way. And when my mother-in-law mentioned that when she first came out to our apartment, and she was like, look here, when I first came out to your apartment, your one bedroom, you didn't even have a cup of, what'd she say, a pot of coffee. And I was like, you're just so proper. And I said that too. Because that's the way you really felt. And yes, it hurt like heck to know that I thought that you guys literally showed me love, and the whole time that wasn't the case. You really still had horrible hearts. You know, you got to understand, my in-laws were born in the baby boomers time. I mean, you know, they know how it was back then. They not dumb, you know. So yeah, so let me burp you before you start getting to throwing up and stuff. So yeah, so that really kind of hurt me, and then you know, I was just like, you know, whatever, because after a while I felt like they accepted me. They invited me to the house, invited me to their little get-togethers when it came to everybody's little birthday party, and we all sat at the table with the fine china and the silverware and things like that, and they saw the professional side of me. They didn't see, because my husband, you know, when he presented me, first of all, he never told him I was black. Not that he should have, but he presented them to his parents, presented me to his parents, and I guess they thought I was just some black hoochie mama with these long nails rapping. But he never told them, like, you know, I have a college background in property management. He didn't tell them the other side of me, so they assumed that I was just bad news. And he would come back to me and tell me everything. You know, he would tell me the whole truth, and I'd be like, wow. And I never really said anything to them, but I didn't say such stuff to them until I approached them about how they went about dividing me and my husband up. Instead of them trying to help the situation, it's like as if you were like, and I told them, it was like as if he was like, now we'll get her, get out now, get out. We trying to brush her underneath the rug, because when you're dealing with bipolar, good girl. When you're dealing with bipolar, from my understanding, it's a cycle. They go through cycles. Some of these manic cycles can last to 5 months to up to a year. And so I guess to me, I kind of felt like maybe they're trying to get rid of me before he comes off of this cycle. And so, yeah. So, do I think it's race related? Y'all tell me what you think. I mean, I don't, you know, at this particular time, I don't even want to be pointing a finger, because at the end of the day, if you're that cruel to the point that you want your granddaughter out and me out and our animals and our whole household, and you want to take away something that belongs to your son, then fine. And y'all got to understand too that my husband has been saying things to them like, I want a divorce, I want to do this. And I'm like, but this is the same one that thought he was one of the 12 of the disciples, though. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like him. This is the same one that spazzed off on his mother and in the house. So this is not like him. So I'm not even, you know, when I read up on bipolar, they tell you do not take it to heart, because some of the things that they say, they don't mean. And I think I told you a prime example. My sister, she's she has bipolar. She was diagnosed with bipolar and a little bit of schizo. And years ago, my niece, which is her daughter, was like, "Hi, mommy," and around that time, I think my niece was like 9 or 10. And my sister looked at her and just walked away. And my niece was following behind her like, Mom, Mom. And she just ignored her in the streets and everything, right around our way. And my niece was really hurt by that. And I had to tell her, look, your mommy's going through something right now. Don't take it to heart. You know, I was just trying to tell her, you know, that, you know, your mommy's going through something. Well, once my sister got on some medication, she apologized to her daughter about it and was just like, Mommy was going through some things. So me reading up on this illness, I have to take it like when he said those things, I had to take it like, that's not him. You know, this is the same one that was like, you're my God-given wife. I love you. I mean, every day I love you. Every day hugs, flowers. I'm talking about my husband would be like this chef. Look at you spitting like a Powens. Why you spit? And so, you know, so I have to say that's not okay. Let me not take it. Because sometimes a person with that illness, it will make you want to spaz off and go off because they're doing things that you're not used to, and you think that they're doing it purposely, but something is really going on with them. So since he had been over there, when he first went over there, they bottom line said, you know, when they started talking to me, they were basically like, he's not saying anything to any of us either, Mona. And I'm like, I really wanted to tell them, I don't care. Y'all told him to come over there. Now he's even worse. I've been told y'all he needed to be on medication. Y'all lied to me. I reached out to all of y'all. So I don't care that he's not saying anything to y'all. What I care about is just getting him some help so that he can go out and get some help before he hurts himself. You know? So, Mommy had to change that diaper. Yeah, so sometimes I'm just like, dang, you know, why? And I ain't gonna lie, I really thought, like, man, I gotta, like, look at the police around here, the jump outs. See what happened when you come to the hood? The jump outs are out here. In an unmarked car. Yeah, but, Lord have mercy. I'm over here burping this baby. Yeah, so, and sometimes, like I said before in my other videos, I really imagine him sometimes just coming in the house and just saying, hey, babe, if I can hear that, hey, babe, I know it's him. It's just that this is a total different person. This is a total different person I'm dealing with. So to answer those questions, why won't they help, or why won't, I mean, y'all gotta understand that the rent that we were actually paying in this house is so cheap. It's cheaper than a daggone efficiency that you would ever even find in the DMV area. So me doing it on my own and holding, because I, like, before we moved in there, I had my own house. I had my own house for years, so I know the mortgage and, you know, bills. That's nothing. But that's the thing. They don't want me to stay in the house because they don't know what Negro is going to be up in the house. That's what that's really all about. I mean, I'm not stupid. Because my father-in-law, when I went over to the house and they were discussing it, he said something under his breath where he said it loud to say, he's not even over there. We don't even know who's going to be at the, and he caught himself, like, who's going to be at the house. And I want to be like, who y'all think going to be at the house? Who do you think is going to be at the house? This is the logic of people's minds. It's like they got to control stuff. They got to control who goes in, who goes out, who's in the house, this, that, and the third. And I told him this. If I would have known that y'all was going to do that, I would have never signed a lease. Now, I would have never moved in the house, and I would have never signed a 6-month lease. Matter of fact, remember, I was the one to represent them to look for the house. That was for me and my husband. So, of course, when he had a breakdown, not even a month, but 2 weeks into his breakdown, they sent him an email and me an email to get out. And y'all have to understand that I don't even know the square footage of this house. But, you know, because I was going to the special store and all that other stuff, I filled every single room up in that house. So there's no way that I'm with my husband changing the bank accounts, that I'm going to be able to get all of that out. And so it's just like, this is evil, man. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too, that I have to ask God to work on me about, especially with my mother-in-law. She watched me do my daughter's nursery. And there had to be a little bit of hatred in her heart because you watched me get my daughter's nursery together. We were so excited about getting that furniture. And I think I showed y'all in the last video about the furniture we got for pretty much cheap. And we were just super excited, putting her name on there. Even at the baby shower, she's showing all her friends the nursery just for her to say, get out. Cruel, man, cruel. But God is going to work on them. But I've never met, you didn't even really poo-poo like that. I've never met people that are, wait a minute. I never knew that people can be like that, y'all. Wait a minute. Well, can I change you, please? Can I? Please let me change you, please. One of you ladies on the breastfeeding group was like, I'm such a beast. I can nurse and change diapers at the same time. I was all like, how you do that? I was all like, how you do that? Now, and I think I know what to do. I know what to do. Yeah, so, me she ain't boo-boo. Yeah, so that's pretty much, how that's the reason why they're not willing to work or try to get help for him. And a lot of y'all asked what happened with the magistrate, right? And I'm going to tell you about that with the emails. But I did speak to the magistrate. There is a mobile unit that will come out to the house, and they will go ahead and assess him. However, when Matt came to the house that day acting like a bat out of hell, looking like a red crayon, and the way he handled our daughter, when his mother said, well, we spoke to a psychiatrist, and all that other stuff, Mona, you got to be careful about, because it's so much stuff that you got to go through. You have to get the magistrate, and you have to do this. Because remember, I told you they were mocking me when Matt had came in the house like that. Like, well, you wanted your husband back, so we sent him over. And I said, you absolutely right. I'm his wife. So I had to stay up. Like I said, I was at the magistrate for 4 hours, and they told me what to do. There's a mobile unit. There's also, a lot of people told me what to do, too, that I can actually go into the ER with him, and they will go ahead and do an assessment on him. But see, he has to understand that he needs help. The thing is that other people can say, look, there's something wrong, but he has to understand he needs help too. See, y'all, I done got it real good. I done changed her diaper and nursing at the same time. And I'm in a car. Get that milk. Get off of that milk. Get off of that milk. Get off of that milk. But, so when my mother-in-law and them had called me talking about, it's going to be so much if you go through, you have to go through this, go through that. And I said, well, when you reminded me that I'm his wife, I did go to the magistrate. They kind of paused. And I think what clicked in their mind is, if he goes over there, Mona has the authority, because I'm his wife, to send him for him to be checked out and get some help. They don't want that. They love the control. They love the simple fact that his wife is not in the equation. So what they want to do is create a paper trail of anything that mentions anything about divorce, and without me even speaking to my husband. And I told my husband, if you want a divorce, let me hear you say it over the phone. Let me see you say it in my face. Matter of fact, put your ring in my hand. He didn't do any of those things because my husband doesn't want a divorce. And I honestly believe his father is the one who's been orchestrating these emails. And like I said, I want to read to y'all these emails. It's not going to incriminate me because it ain't nothing but the truth, for real, for real. I'm not sending no more emails. I already told him look what I'm doing. I'm not able to get out here and check emails and all this other stuff. And I'm going to tell you something. I do miss my husband when he was himself. Before he started slipping into the hole, he was a little, he was a help. It's hard doing it by yourself. It really is. I mean, I know God is with me, but I see a lot of these mothers out here. It seems like as soon as you have a baby, the man starts tripping and acting up. So, blessings for, you know what I'm saying? Like these women that are married and their husbands, or even if their significant other is there with them, helping them raise this baby, 2 is better than 1. Because I can't do anything. I'm not going to get in the shower without her and leave her on the bed while I'm in the shower and what beating came out of my baby gone. Or I'm not going to, even like little things. Like I got to just make sure at all times I see her. She's in front of me. And, when Matthew was doing some stuff, I would have him to do a task. And his task would be to burp her 4 times after I nurse her, so he can be a part of it instead of him feeling like he's not a part of it, or I'm feeling like I'm too overdrained. But I think even with that, he was just like, after a while, he was like, no, boo, you do it, because you realize the baby is some work, But us mothers, we have it in us that we, it's built in us that we can deal with it. You know, so, yeah. Yep, so, where did I put that diaper? That's another thing. So, where did I put that dirty diaper? Probably on this floor somewhere. Where did I put that dirty diaper? Meeting kind of mine, meeting kind of moving teeting. Oh, I put it right here. Ooh. I'm sorry. Y'all, why is it that when she burp, I know that had to hurt. When she burp, not burp, but when she spit up, she act like sometimes she can't breathe, and it scares the daylights out of me. And that one was really kind of mucusy. I'm sorry, McIntyre. Oh, sorry. Oh, say you know better. You know better. I don't think I'm gonna need to put your. Let mommy put your pants on at least, okay? And then I'm gonna put you back. Oh. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah. So I'm gonna get her pacifier out back or whatever like that, and we're gonna go from there. And then we're gonna get out of here. We gotta head on back. But I'm gonna tell you something. What I'm also noticing is that without a baby, I could have probably finished so many things today. But with a baby, if you have 10 things to do, you're probably gonna be able to finish 4, maybe 5. But again, like I said, I'm gonna be doing daily vlogs. I may just do twice a day, but I'm gonna be doing daily vlogs. If you just tuning in. Y'all already know the history of me and what I've been going through. Well, my husband, I have not seen him, or he hasn't physically been home. And what I mean physically, like staying under the roof since August the 31st. Thanks to my in-laws. Conniving in-laws. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie either. At first, I thought I shouldn't put this out there because, you know, this is a private matter. It's family. But at the same time, you trying to put me and mine out and then trying to blame my marriage. Because my mother-in-law was like, we didn't know that there was... My mother-in-law was like, we didn't know that there was something going on in the marriage. We didn't know there was issues going on. And she know daggone well it was my husband's illness. It's conniving, y'all. Conniving. I want my husband. I want him to be well. You okay? I want my husband and I want him to be well. So, if you're just tuning into this, you know I'm doing a daily vlog every day. And I said if I have to ask for help, because I have decided to do a GoFundMe account, which is located at the bottom of this link. You'll see a GoFundMe. I'm praying that, you know, with that money, I'll be able to, you know, get a U-Haul, to find another place. And it's hard, too, because, yeah, I filed for bankruptcy because of the last house I had. And I didn't really need to because the house went to a short sale. And I did. And I felt like, shoot, I'm good. My husband, he got pretty much good credit. I don't plan to buy anything with a credit anyway, so everything would just be paid off in cash. I'm fine. I really thought like my security and everything was perfectly fine, but that's not the case. Of course, if I have to get out here and start working and everything like that, finding a place to stay is just going to be something, you know. But I'm believing that God is going to lead me. So anyway, with the GoFundMe account, if you decide if God is leading you to actually sow into that, then thank you. And what I mean by that is give a little something. Or better yet, you can say a prayer for me. Praying for me, because for God to move, these angels to move on my behalf, and just to pray for my husband to have a sound mind. And I'm going to tell you something, like, and when my husband get his mind and everything back in order, we still going to get out of that place, because as much as how gorgeous that house was, the control that my in-laws did, I am not going to miss eating at the table with them. I'm not, but when they eat at my table, it's going to be something. But anyway, I'll give you ladies another update. Let me go ahead and put her back into her car seat. I don't think I should put any shoes on her. This is what I got to go through. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I have to go through. Trying to get this together. Sometimes I feed her in the back seat, and sometimes, sorry y'all, sometimes I feed her in the back seat, and sometimes I don't. Well, I try to feed her wherever I can get whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in, and I'll give you ladies another update later on this afternoon.